Hi Stampers, this is Amy Whalen. Thanks for joining me again at amysinklings.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card using the iris technique, so come on in. Now if you were here on my channel yesterday, I did show you how I made this particular banner using the triple banner punch and how I stacked a one-line greeting into a two-line greeting. So if you'd like to see that, I'll leave a link on my blog to send you back to that particular post. So we're not going to worry about that one today, but what I am going to show you is how I created this technique called the iris technique. Very interesting. Alright, so what I did, I started with a piece of Bohemian DSP as well as a garden green piece of cardstock, both measuring 3.5 inches by 4 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and glue them together. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. I'm going to hold it upside down and I'm going to create a window for the tree. And I will put it about there. Okay. So now we have that. And I'm going to go ahead and attach the tree. This particular tree I punched from the Tree Builder punch. It's a really fun little thing. It's got clouds. I mean, it's got a plethora of items, but we're going to use the tree base. So I did punch that out with Early Espresso. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place onto the front. Alright, just like that. So what I did beforehand, just to save some time, is I took some cardstock in Close to Cocoa and Pear Pizzazz and Garden Green and a little bit of So Saffron, and I cut strips. These are 1/4 inch wide in various widths. So what I found is it's easier to work with your piece of cardstock on the table like this. I was putting a dot of glue on either end, and then I took this and put it right on top like that. Now I did play with this technique and I did notice, at least for this particular tree, it made sense to start with the same color. Again, this is Pear Pizzazz. It made sense to start with the same color the first time around. Now I can go ahead and trim off that little piece that's sticking out in just a little bit. But that's really all you do. So once you get all of the outer edges in Pear Pizzazz, then you can start adding the other colors. Alright, so we went all the way around with Pear Pizzazz, and now I can start intermingling different colors. So we'll try some So Saffron here. And then we'll go back to Pear Pizzazz. There really is no rhyme or reason to how you layer your colors. It's simply a matter of preference. And so I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around and fill in the gaps with the various pieces. And I'll go ahead and fast forward through that. More little area to fill up. Let's see if I can do it with a tiny piece of So Saffron. Yes, okay. Now, as you can well imagine, the back is very thick, and we're going to take care of that with some dimensionals. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and tie on some ribbon. Okay. And then we'll trim that. Okay, now to accommodate the bulkiness on the inside, we're going to use some dimensionals. And clearly we won't need to put any over here, but we will need to put some where the cardstock is not bunched up on top of one another. And be liberal. These things are inexpensive and they work awesome. I love these things. Okay, so we're going to take the backer off. It's probably, these dimensionals aren't quite as thick as that mound of cardstock, but it is enough, as I've found on my other card. Now here's a piece of garden green measuring 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/8 of an inch, and we're going to, oops, don't need a glue, and we're going to put that down here. Okay. Very good. Now we're going to put it on top of this Delightful Dijon. It measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 folded to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card size. And we'll put some glue on here. Someone asked me the other day, why do you use just teeny tiny dots? Well, let me tell you. I use just teeny tiny dots so that if I have to move it, I don't rip everything up. Okay, and then we had the banner from yesterday. And we'll get some dimensionals on that as well. And then we'll be done. I'm going to move this one over because it's going to be seen. So again, check back. If you didn't see my post yesterday on how I did the banner, then check back at my blog. There'll be a link in my post that'll send you back there. Here we go. And there you have it. Isn't that lovely? So again, that's called the Iris technique. It's a great way to use up your paper scraps. I hope that you give it a try. Thank you so much for coming by Amy's Inklings. Head on over to my blog, amysinklings.com. Subscribe to my website, and that way I can get you on the mailing list. And if you don't have a consultant already, I would love to help you with all your rubber stamping needs. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.